So we've got here is the whole still assembled, the way I originally built it. I've just been using it in parts and adding a little piece into it every time will help me troubleshoot the thing in a simpler state each time. So now it's got the column added in there finally between the kettle and the still head. It looks a little oversized, but then this whole thing's built with some scalability, so if I want to up the kettle to something bigger, I can. I just pop the ferrules off and pop them onto a larger still. It's got the thumper in there now. I had last time for my run, and I'm just starting to heat the kettle up. So we'll come back in a while and I'll show you how that's going. The thumper dust started bubbling away, quite a bit lower than the last time as well. It started a bit earlier than I thought. What I'm hoping this time is that we'll get a hell of a lot more yield, even though the last one was pretty good with the thumper. I was hoping to start well above 90 this time, primarily because we've got the column in place between the kettle and the still head, and even though it's not packed, it's just basically a straight pipe. It's not packed with anything to get a reflux going in there, but I'm thinking just because of the height of it and the surface area might get a little bit more reflux in there, so we might give us a bit more of an edge on the yield at the other end. And we're just starting to collect 4 shots out of here. I'll collect my usual 250, 300 or so plus mil out of that, and then start actually collecting the product that comes off. Thumper sitting 79, 80, and the head of the kettle is, or the head of the still is up to an 85. Water hasn't even started to get warm at all, so I haven't even begun running the hose in there yet. Had a couple of leaks. One round of where I've silver soldered the ferrule onto the thumper. Another one I had a repeat of what I had last time. I thought I'd fixed that, but they're both actually silver soldered joints. So I think from now on I'll just go hard out until they silver soldered joints look something like that or that. I've been possibly a little bit sparing. But hey, that's all the learning curve, the learning process. I'm not a plumber, I'm not a silver solderer. I do a lot of welding and have done a lot of welding, but silver soldering is not something I've done a lot of. Well, I started taking product off now. It's hard to tell with the alchemieter spirit hydrometer bobbing up and down. If I give it a bit of a push so they haven't got the upsurge, it's somewhere between 85 and 90%. Took off quite a bit of 4 shots this time, about 350 mil, and I just kept taking it off until I couldn't smell any meths. I mean, it's way above what I should take just in general rule of thumb, but I just kept taking more off until I couldn't smell that sort of cleaning product, acetone, meth smell, and it was all a good moonshine whiskey spirit product smell. That's a lot of it. Doing this as well, even professionally, you're using your senses, your taste and smell. There's a great video online, I'll try and link to it, it's on YouTube, of a guy in a brandy distillery, and he's doing the cuts as they're coming off the end of the massive condenser, all by smell. Very impressive. But yeah, taking product, not as high as I thought or I was hoping for, but then we'll see how it pans out. The wash was around 15% alcohol by volume, so I should get a reasonable amount of product out of this. We'll see where we go. Well, there's the yield. Went pretty late last night. Started quite late in the afternoon, which means you're going to finish after dark and the cameras can't see jack at that stage. There's 10 jars, 9 jars if you count the 2 ones there as 1 quart. substantially more than the rum behind it, which was a lower alcohol by volume just in the wash. The stuff, like I say, was about a 15 or something thereabouts. So that should be, I don't know, about 14-15 litres by the time it's tempered back. Well, here's the final yields of the rum and the shine distillations I did just recently. It's all consolidated down. The rum yielded 4.4 litres at 79% by volume. This hasn't been tempered back to cask strength. I haven't started oaking it or anything like that yet. And the shine, which obviously isn't going to get oaked or anything, came in. I got yield was 7.2 litres at 83%. Everything for the shine was fine. I didn't actually need to exclude anything. The first jar off, little pint jar, tasted fine. Very, very strong, but fine. And right through to the last jar, which was 65%, and that was where I stopped taking product. I took a couple of jars of back ends off for the thumper-keg next time. Yeah, all that went in there. I got 7.2 litres. The rum, I took a little bit off the end that had a bit of a smell to it. I mean, I could have thrown it in there. It would have been probably perfectly acceptable, but I'm starting to get a bit fussy now. So yeah, the yields there on both of them, and the alcohol percentages, what I'm usually when I consolidate it down, are way up just through using the thumper-keg. I love that thumper-keg. And having thoughts of running two of them in series, seeing what I can produce with that. The flavour and the rum is all there, but just the volumes are, the concentrations are way up. It's great. Catch you next time.